What's going on, hustlers? Welcome back to my channel. If you're looking for guidance, information, or inspiration in regards to government contracting, you are in the right place. If you're new here, my name is Day Cantave. I'm 22 years old. I've won over $3 million and 120 contracts with the Defense Logistics Agency. I'm a flight instructor and an ultra marathoner. Let's get into the video. Today's topic is why government contracting is recession proof. I'm making this video because a lot of people ask me, they're like, why did you pick this business, right? What could have possibly convinced me to do this rather than e-commerce or logistics or just scaling my pre-existing business that I had before I got into this? I was just reselling clothes. Like that's on paper a lot more sexy, a lot more glamorous, right? Why would I pick this, right? My entire thought process is based on risk mitigation. So we're going to be talking about why government contracting is recession proof. So reason number one, I don't know if you guys know this is sarcasm by the way, but the US government is the largest customer in the history of the human race. They buy more than anybody else, and they buy more of everything than anybody else. So the US government literally just, quite frankly, has all the money in the world to spend. Things operate off of the US dollar. Now granted, things have gotten a little shaky with international relations, but for the most part, everybody speaks English, everybody uses USD, and the US government is the biggest customer in the world. So I figured, I was like, why would I not do business with somebody who just quite literally pays on time and isn't going to run out of money? And unfortunately, when you think about it, it's literally just a money glitch. We are trillions of dollars in debt, but the economy has not collapsed. The government is just going to continue to spend more money. It's literally just foolproof, like dealing with a government. Like I don't have to chase anybody for an invoice. I don't have to worry about whether or not my customer is going to exist next month because I did a lot of business with them last month. I don't have to worry about that. It's just, quite frankly, the best person to do business with on the planet right now. Number two, specifically the defense budget. Shout out the American flag, bro. God bless America. Shout out the defense budget though. So why is America a world superpower? Not because everybody likes us. We are very ignorant when we travel abroad. We're loud, we're obnoxious, and I apologize for that. And I have a unique perspective. Neither of my parents were born in this country. I'm the first person in my family to be born in this country. I have dual citizenship. People don't treat us as a superpower because we're super nice to everybody. I mean, we're pretty open, we're pretty extroverted, but we spend more on our defense budget than the next 10 countries do combined. So if you take our biggest ops, if you take our biggest enemies, and you combine all 10 of them, what they spend on their defense budget, it still doesn't hold a candle to what we spend on the US military. Literally, we spend more than the next 10 countries do combined, right? And the pie is so big, we spend more than the next 10 countries do combined. However, I just know from my industry, my aspect of government contracting, selling products to the Defense Logistics Agency, spent nearly $400 billion a year. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm cool being a little fish in that big ass pond. You get 1%. It's $4 billion if you get 1%. I don't even need 1%, bro. You give me a thousandth of a percent, I'm chilling, bro. I'm cool. A tenth of a percent is what, 400 million, and then 100th of a percent is 40 million, and then 1,000th of a percent is 4 million. You tell me I get to take 1,000th of a percent of that budget every year, 4 mil? I'm chilling, bro. I'm good. Now, why is all this money so reliable, right? Reason number three, consistent spending. So the way that the government's budgets work, at least with the Defense Logistics Agency, is the budget is use it or lose it. So what does this mean? If the government does not spend at least 80% of the money that is allocated towards that budget for that fiscal year, it's going to get decreased the following year. So they have to spend most of it. They quite literally have to spend the freaking money, bro. So why would I not put myself in a position to get some of that money? Between them being the biggest consumer in the world, and then us spending more in our defense budget than the next 10 countries do combined, and then being legally and contractually obligated to spend the money, it's just a no-brainer. So I told you guys I had 5 reasons for you. We've gotten through 3 of them, but I do want to let you guys know that this video is going to come out sometime between now and Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is not a federal holiday. It's not a big holiday. So in the past, when I've run sales, I've made a big deal out of it and I've let it be like this long thing. We're not doing that. This is a flash sale, $750 off the DLA Success Bundle. Click the link down below to book a call. If you don't want to do that, I completely get it. Keep watching and just enjoying all of my free stuff. Check out all my tutorials for all my free info and guides and all that stuff on doing business with DLA. But back to the video. Number 4, the US government is an evergreen customer. What is an evergreen customer? I wish I could take credit for this term. It's absolutely brilliant. Shout out the man who gave me my start in this game, Mr. Eric Coffey. It's from his book. He coined it. An evergreen customer is somebody who buys year-round, no matter what. How do we know that the US government is an evergreen customer? Well, my own anecdotal experience proves that, but granted it's anecdotal experience, which I guess is kind of an oxymoron when you are trying to make a point, but I'm gonna use it anyways. We got started, and when I say me, I mean we, I mean me and my family, my parents. The story goes, I had another business, and then my parents were starting the government contracting business. They asked me to join. I didn't want to do it, and then I met a friend who was living in the penthouse where they filmed the movie War Dogs, and he was like, bro, you gotta go get into that government contracting business. So then I did it, and we scaled the business, me and my parents. But we actually started our business in the midst of COVID. My parents had another business prior selling commercial aviation parts. No airlines were flying, nobody was buying the airplane parts. So my parents were like, who the hell else is still buying this stuff? And it was the US government. So the US government is gonna buy not only in times of crisis, but then they're going to spend more after every single like natural disaster, or let's say any war. Like I live in Florida, so FEMA is like one of the biggest things. After unfortunately North Carolina got rocked by like the latest hurricane, the government spent a lot of money taking care of them. So the US government buys year-round, and even during crises like hurricanes or COVID or 9/11 or whatever, even during like the economic recession of 2008, the US government was still spending. So they're an evergreen customer. I like doing business with somebody who I know is not gonna just up and leave. And number 5, taxpayer dollars. Everything's taxpayer dollars. It is funded by the taxes that you and I pay. So realistically, when you make money doing business with the government, all you're really doing is getting your hard-earned money that you pay to the government back and put in your pocket. I really don't like paying taxes. I do it anyways because I'm a law-abiding citizen, but it is satisfying to know that I pay taxes, but I'm still getting some of my money back that I paid in those taxes by doing business with the government. So when I win a contract and then they pay me, I get a nice chunk of that taxpayer money back, right? So because it's taxpayer dollars, right, we know that this is going to be a reliable system of payment, thus making it very stable. So all in all, the whole purpose of this is risk mitigation. Doing business with the government is very not risky. Like it's, what's the word? I guess safe. Safe is the word. Why do people buy government bonds, right? Like why do old people cash out their index funds and then buy government bonds or get CDs, certificates of deposit? Well, even CDs are with banks, but banks are backed by the FDIC, and it says to the full faith and power of the US government. Like doing business with the government, I think, is the safest way to go. If you're looking for stability, check out government contracting. Not only am I looking forward to your success, I'm absolutely sure of it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's go print those dollars.